to order the special select board meeting for the joint meeting with the planning board for Tuesday, August 23rd, 2022 at 9 a.m. To remind folks, this is being recorded and broadcast over Sterling-Lancaster Community Television. So I'll start with the select board roll call. Mr. Allison?
Here.
Ms. Turner?
Here. Mr.
Kerrigan? Here. We're all present. So I don't know how you guys are going to choose to open your portion of this, but
We'll call the planning board roll call.
copy.
Dickinson.
Here.
Mr. Streeter, here in person.
Fantastic. All are present. So as we are well aware, last week, a week ago, 2 minutes ago, 3 members of our planning board decided to resign. We have met since, both as select board and then members jointly, to discuss the process for filling those seats. Because we had gone through a process where we had solicited requests to be appointed for the previous vacancy this summer, the seat in which Mr. Streeter sits, we felt the quickest way to at least get a functioning planning board by having one more member and a quorum was to appoint one of those 3 remaining candidates to that seat and then begin an active solicitation for candidates for the 2 remaining seats. Reminder, all of these seats, including the one that Frank sits in, as he was appointed this summer, will expire in May at the annual town elections, so 4 seats will be available. Then I have heard many folks, we will correct it on the record when we correct the minutes. When I stated the terms of those 4 seats, I got them slightly wrong in that I said that there were 2 5-year terms, but we will correct that. This one seat that we hope to fill today is for the seat that's being vacated by C. Peter Christoph, and was vacated, as I said, on August 16th, 2022. So the appointment would be effective immediately, and the member will be sworn into office by the town clerk, and then we'll continue on to the town's next annual election, or until another candidate is qualified. With that, do we have any nominations for this vacancy at this time? By the way, this is a joint vote because we were duly notified as a select board, we were duly notified by the remaining members of the planning board that there were resignations. It is a dual appointment by the remaining planning board members and the select board. Otherwise, if we weren't duly notified, the select board can make that appointment in and of themselves. Any questions, comments related to how I laid this out? Yes, sir.
Sorry, I apologize. Does the planning board need to have a joint, do they need to open up a meeting?
I believe so, yeah.
They did a roll call.
They did a roll call, but
they didn't
declare your
open.
Well, I declare the meeting open in
Thank you,
form.
that's good. He's a very good rule follower. Thank you. Any other questions relative to what we've framed today? Hearing no questions, is there a nomination to fill this vacancy?
I'll make the nomination to appoint Mike Favreau to the vacancy that was left by Peter Christoph, effective on...
The vacancy was effective August 16th, 2022.
Effective August 16th, 2022, to run until the elections of May of 2023.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second. Any discussion? Okay, then I will simply do I'll call a roll of, if you want, I can call planning board roll, or would you like to call planning board roll? But I'll start the voting at the select board.
I'm
Yes.
sorry, I skipped right. I should have spoken up on the discussion. Is the other people that we had interviewed, Mr. Meyerbeer, Mr. Christoph, have they declined this time? Or were
I
they?
believe you made me aware Mr. Christoph was withdrawing.
I heard
Okay.
that, yeah.
And he's and then I'm not sure about,
Unfortunately, Chris is tied up in business internationally and felt that he couldn't step forward at this time and fill the role.
He texted me from Ukraine.
from the Ukraine.
No,
Okay.
I'm sorry,
That is busy.
I thought he was texting too, but that's good.
Yeah.
This should be grueling.
It is good, yeah. This is going to be a tough contest for the seat.
Yes.
Yeah.
He is certainly willing to serve the town if needed, but not this position at this time.
This time, okay. Any further discussion? That's a good clarifying point, thank you. Any further discussion?
Should we ask Mr. Fabro if he wishes to say anything?
Well, I wish
We
I had
can.
a little more competition, but appreciative.
Do you have, okay, good. There's nothing further to say. Rob was going to point out if you were going to say something, to stand at the Rob Zidek podium, because it's hard to hear from there. Yeah, from the podium. All right. Hearing no further discussion, I will call the vote for Select Board, Mr. Allison,
Aye.
Ms. Turner,
Aye.
Mr. Kerrigan, aye. And then,
I'll call the roll for the planning board. Ms. Dickinson?
Aye.
Streeter? Aye.
5-0, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
We look forward to working with you.
And thank you for your willingness to step up. It is,
I'm looking forward to it. I really am. I think that it's important to put multiple heads together to find the best solutions for our town. We all know that we need some changes. The thing that kind of scares me as a longtime resident, was the fact that I look around and I see some of the older residents no longer can afford to live here because of taxes. We have to do something to give us some self-sufficiency and revenue so we can function properly. And we can't pass up some good opportunities. And I think I'm a guy that's not afraid to listen, and if someone comes up with a better idea, I'm on board. It's going to the right point together, not designating we have to do this and we have to do that. Let's find a great solution and correct the things that are wrong here and move forward.
well, we appreciate those comments. We appreciate your willingness to serve.
Thanks
We
so
look
much.
forward to your swearing in and to the planning board having a meeting to reorganize and appoint a chair and to get going with the work of the town. Is there anything further, or were you just clearing your throat?
Motion to adjourn.
You have something else in your agenda. However, the planning board, I will look for a motion
Oh, we
to
do
adjourn.
Hold on a second. There's a motion on the floor.
Okay, so I'll second the motion to adjourn. Vote.
Well, hold up, whose motion to adjourn?
There's
Planning board motion. The planning board is adjourning. You guys have work to do.
Go ahead.
So,
So, oh, yes,
You already
sorry.
did that part. You gotta vote.
Yes.
I vote yes as well, 2-0 to adjourn.
Planning board, we thank you. The select board thanks you for coming. Thank you, Mike, for your participation. And the select board will move on to item 3 on our agenda.
Thanks to the select board.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Mike. Be very quick in getting sworn in. Yes, get that stuff out of here.
It's not the double work, you loved it, you know it.
All right, next item up on the agenda is under administration. It's to open the special town meeting warrant to be held on for the special town meeting to be held on September 27th, 2022 at 7 p.m. located at the Mary Rowlandson Elementary School Auditorium. Any further action? There we go.
I'll second that.
Any discussion?
When,
It's going on.
when should we be closing that warrant?
I don't
We're
know,
opening it
couple
now,
weeks?
we have to
Yeah.
give people enough time, but we also want to give staff enough time to get it
Yes.
posted and everything.
I would say
Next meeting.
at our next meeting, it's a couple of weeks
Okey-dokey.
Because it's gotta be 14 days
before the meeting, which would be the 13th.
So
of our
this would be
meeting.
the opportunity for any departments or anything
Yes.
else that needed to,
And our next meeting is September 12th, yes?
Yes.
Yes. So that is just before the 14-day deadline, day 15. So this will be closing then to give everyone the appropriate amount of time to get things on the warrant.
okay.
Any other questions? Any other questions? Hearing none? No, sorry, go ahead.
That's it.
Oh, that's it, okay. Hearing none, all those in favor, Mr. Allison?
Aye.
Ms. Turner?
Aye.
Mr. Kerrigan, aye, 3-0. The warrant is open. Nothing, no further business before the,
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
all those in favor?
It's the sugar.
Aye, 3-0. The special select board meeting of August 23rd is now closed. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Lauren.